Hello, everybody, and I want to give you all, please give a big welcome to the Macks. Uh, the Mac family. I bumped into them on, I think it was Wednesday night. I was here working, and they came over, and they were all very energetic in seeing what I was doing. Uh, his was Mr. Mac and Miss Mac and Mrs. Mac, and Mrs. Mac. Is a big anime fan, and she actually does a podcast. So, Mr. Mac, if you can, because I know you're the one that subscribed, I hope you guys will see this. And please, if you're able to, in the comments, put a link for Mrs. Mac's uh, podcast so we can all check it out. And please, everybody, if like Marcus, Duck Bacon, Susan Zero, give a welcome to the Mac in the comments, if you will, please. It's always good to welcome a new person to the channel. And Miss Mac is a huge anime fan. She was showing me she has a sleeve tattoo of Studio Ghibli on her arm, and she was just very engaging with wanting to see how I do stuff. And I was talking to her about how like I do this all dots, and how in many ways sometimes I try to mimic when I'm doing from Zipatone, which is prevalent in manga and anime. And we were talking. I was telling her how like if you look at the not the colored version of Akira, but the black and white version of Akira, you can really see how the zip tones, explaining zip tone being a screen that you place in the art, you cut it out and then paste it on. And she was very engaging, like wanting to know more about this. So we talked for quite a bit about that, and I was explaining how even now with the digital, they digitally put in Zipatone now, as opposed to how they used to use traditional Zipatone with a exacto knife and it being a film. So I actually was telling her how a person she'd really want to talk to would be Rags Morales. Rags Morales, in my opinion, is one of the very last artists to utilize Zipatone to its fullest extent, so you can add that extra dimension to your artwork when you're doing black and white art. So, and she was, so I would say, and she was like, we were just talking about like how different cons, and how like there's different type of anime cons, and how you got to be careful with selling your stuff, because uh, how companies will go through and be like, we didn't get we that's not licensed through us. You can't have it available for sale. Which, I mean, that's what I've noticed that now, because the bigger shows do that. A lot of artists are going to the smaller shows when that happens. So, but what I'm doing right now is I'm just going in, and behind the ear, it's not straight black; it's a depth of black and gray and white. So I'm just going in and putting that in. I'm doing like the outer edge, and then what I'll do is when I get done with doing up here, I'm gonna go back down here, and you can see where I've got points where I just color. What it is, I erase this all, then looking at the photo, put in with pencil just straight these black areas. That's where the white's going to be. So I can put a sheen of light dots like this. So I can do light dots like this over this whole thing, and then when I erase it, the whites will pop. So that's why I'm doing, why I put, even though after I erased it, I went in and almost like colored the areas where the white would be, making it black, so that way I do not color it, or I do not put dots there. So that way when it gets full erased, you'll have the white highlights. So, but But no, I had a very nice. It was very nice time speaking to the Max. Uh, the enthusiasm from her uh, and from him was immense. So, but and then last night, I told you guys yesterday we were probably going to have ice here, ice and rain last night. Was sure enough, uh, ice, ice, baby. We had a lot of ice, ice, baby. Um, I left here, and when I was leaving here last night, it was just starting to rain, and then I had to run to the grocery store, and I was literally less than a quarter mile away from my house when all of a sudden you could hear and see that it was now switching over to ice. And like I said, for the time it took me to drive a quarter mile, which wasn't much, but by the time I got home, oh my goodness, it was coming down hard. And by the time I got the car unloaded from the groceries, I could see the ice already piling up on the windshields of the cars and on the sidewalk and the asphalt. When I got up this morning, it was thick. It was a thick sheen of ice all over the ground. So it was. That's a good thing. That's the reason why I was on the chit last night was because I couldn't go back to the bar to do work. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna surprise everybody. And like I said, I was there to show off my hats. I got brand new hats. Yeah, I got both those hats at the Sportsman Show when we went there on Wednesday, and so I wanted to show them off. I had bought two new hats. The one hat I would have been wanting that one for a while, which was that buffalo hat. But while we are there, we went to a duck outfitter, and I saw the other hat, and I was like, I like that hat, and I put it on, tried it out, and I looked at Miss Stippling, and she goes, "It's you." So I got two hats. So, but the buffalo hat, the cowboy style hat, that's called a buffalo hat, the style. And I've been since January when we went to the farm show for farm show week. Uh, I've been wanting. I saw that one, that vendor there, saw it, liked the hat, and when we saw it this time, uh, Miss Stippling was like, "Get it, get it. You've been wanting that hat. We don't know when we're not they're not the farm show's not going to have any like outdoor events that vendor would be there for another year." So I was like, okay, so I got it, and I'm glad I did. I enjoy that hat. I can't wear it in here because of uh, it being a smoking bar, and I don't want my hats other than the one I'm wearing uh, to be smoky smelling. The one I'm wearing is one I've had since like, oh gosh, since 91, 90 or 91. I've had this hat, and it's been through the ringer. So that one, this one here, I still wear it all the time when I'm here at the bar because it's already got so many odors from smoking. So didn't matter. But the other ones, I don't want them to smell like smoke. But no, so it was a nice to be on the chit, and just had a nice time. I mean, I love how like Stat does his show where during the week he'll do his polls, and then it gives him talking points for. It does two things. A, it gives him talking points for him and the panel, but also it gives the audience uh, the ability to know what the topics are going to be, so that they'll be engaged with the topics, and more importantly, it's easier to keep the audience on track and the panel so we don't go awry and it doesn't end up being a therapy session for the bad actors who many times dominated the chat, and so we don't have that with the chit. So I was always very thankful for Stat for continuing the chat with his own version, the chit. So thank you very much, Stat. I thank, and more importantly, Stat, thank you for having me on. I always have a great time with you. You're a calm in this internet storm of drama. So if anybody didn't check it out, go over to Stat's channel and watch last night's episode of the Chit. We had a lot of fun. And of course, I like how we replaced Sandwich Saturday with refrigerator art. And so I'm definitely going to have to take part in that and send Stat an image. Um, Once I start going on a weekly basis, I'll probably start doing that just because, as I've said to him in the back room in the writer's room numerous times, I can't be on the show. I can't do any streaming other than these videos until I get caught up on all my artwork. So, but okay, I got that and that done, and I'm gonna switch to a different nib, and I'm gonna do this here so you can see that. So, but no, I had a great time on it, and of course, you all had the surprise. We got the band back together. Yes, Danger Vanessa popped during the show, and oh, it was so funny. Miss Stipp was downstairs, and she knew when Vanessa hopped on the stream simply because within, I would say, within 3 minutes of Vanessa being on the stream, she said something the way she does it, the way she says stuff, and she had me rolling. And she just heard me, as Miss Stips put it. She goes, I could tell she was on just by how you were laughing. So yeah, so Miss Stip knew that Vanessa was back because of how I was laughing. So, and I had a great time. And of course, I had a great time even when the cat put me on time out. Oh yeah, the cat was like, since I've been away all day, the cat was like, I need to be on you. I need to curl up with you. So, and that's what he does is that he'll climb on me and he curls up, and I can't do anything. All I can do is just sit there and hold him, and he purrs my ear until he uh, until he uh, calms down. He all but falls asleep, and then he stops purring. So that's become a normal daily thing with me now, where Shark Blake curls up, puts me in timeout, and I can't do anything because at the end of the show when he put the poll up for the artwork for us to show for Stagos to put on the refrigerator, I couldn't vote. I could not vote because I was stuck uh, with Sharkbite curled up on top of me. I couldn't reach out to the iPad to vote. So that was fun. So and of course Stat puts me big screen so everybody can see him. So, but yeah, I know. I got I got my little shark back. He's a pain in the ass, but he's mine. So, which I still find funny because Miss Stip's the one that brought him home, and I think it was like mid December or maybe it was uh, mid November. The one day she came upstairs and she said something about, and she goes, "Your cat." And I'm like, "How's it my cat?" And she's like, "It's your cat. It's your cat." And I'm like, she's like, "It's your cat." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay. It's my cat." So yeah, Shark Bite's officially mine, even though he does curl up to mommy. Mommy will be watching TV, and Shark Bite he'll get on the couch, and he'll curl up on the blanket between mommy's legs, and he just curls up and he lies there. You know, sometimes he lies there all like a regular cat. Sometimes he lies, so he's kind of like treating mommy like her thighs are a throne, and he's puts his arms up or in either arm, like the arms of a throne, and he lies on his back and watches TV with mommy. And he does watch TV, just like how last night how he was looking up at looking up at the monitor screen of my phone. He does that with TV. I mean, especially when mommy watches the cat and dog grooming videos on YouTube. He pays attention. He knows it, and like you guys notice, he knows when his name's being used. So he knows what his name is. So, but no, it was great having Vanessa on, even if it was just for one night. It was great. So, but and then Captain America 14. Oh, one thing, guys, in the numbering or in Twitter or X for signed comics, I got the days mixed up. So I think there's like 237s or I forget what it was. I screwed up. So the today's posting of being number 40, that is, we're back on track with it. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But when we did that issue, when I posted that issue of Captain America with the Red Skull and the cover, that one, uh, I got some engagement, or it was fun engagement. Uh, Kevin Wolf, he commented and goes, "Evil wears a turtleneck." And I commented back how, well, I must be evil then because I love turtlenecks. And Future Now, damn it, goes, I'm evil too. I like turtlenecks. So I had some nice, fun engagement over that issue of Captain America with the Red Skull on the cover. Remember, that's the one I talked about how the whole issue pretty much was how the whole issue was pretty much splash pages with a gray monotone, except for the Red Skull, and he was red, so he stood out against it. And I just thought that was a very nice take on telling the story that way. I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be hitting the blacks area. So actually, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to hit this black area here to knock it out, and then I'll hit some of the other blacks up here. So, but uh, but no, I really had. Thank you very much, guys. It thank you for engaging me with the signed comics. Even the one I did today as Captain America number 32. I'll talk more about that one next Saturday. But again, that was a nice one because uh, I got engagement right off the bat from both Citizen Ronin and from it was Doctor Mask, and from uh, Marcus. Both of them were engaging with the comments. So thank you very much, gentlemen. And that's what I'm liking of it. And that says about what I'm showing you of my signed collection when I get engagement like that. So it's a lot. It means a lot. Thank you very much, guys. So and then lastly, there's a new guy on X that I think you guys might want to check out. Uh, I'm going to just show you guys. Okay, it's these are my notes. It's this guy right here. Okay, CERULEAN_Rex. I don't know whether he found them online or he commissioned them. He posted a bunch of Dragonlance characters, and it gives you It's nice. It gives you a full body sketch of or computer drawing of one of the characters, along with a head sketch, and they're really nice. They really are. It's not a reimagining of the Dragonlance characters. It's just uh, I guess the easiest way to put it is it took Larry Elmore's character designs along with from reading the book and just I guess an updated art style of looking because you can tell it's like digital art. My only two critiques really uh, with with those character sketches was a Tika needs a bigger rack. The biggest thing about Tika was, remember, she wasn't too smart. She was, I mean, that's not kind of mean to say that, but the character was kind of designed as like a little bit of a ditzy orphan, didn't really have good upbringing, and she was She was a gate, an in, she worked. She was a waitress for the innkeeper, and my thing was how I was like she was kind of like I don't want to say floozy, but she was a form of kind of like sex appeal, and so I'm looking going she needs a bigger rack along with her armor in the character sketch. It needs to be more mismatched because that was the biggest thing about her in the series was she didn't have armor, so they had to just cobble together whatever they had available to give her a set of armor. So I'm going to intentionally leave those two white spots there. I think they work even though they're not in the artwork or in the photograph, but they work for the piece. So you see that. And doing that when I'm doing this and I get up to a point where like over here, if I'm pulling it over, if it works just to leave a little bit of a hair that to leave as a white spot, so it looks like a hair, I just go with it because it works for the piece and it helps break up the black. So even though I'm doing this such a way so it doesn't read as a straight black, it still works. So we'll go over here and we'll do some. You know what? I'm going to go right in this area here to help with that. So, but yeah, we'll go right there. But no, I Tika. That's my main. When I saw him, I was impressed with all the artwork. Tika, in my opinion, I think she could have used a bigger rack along with a mismatched armor. Tazelhoff, I think of because strictly because it was digital painting, it was all too smooth. The big thing about Tazelhoff is uh, he has much more of a weathered face. Remember, Tazelhoff, even though some artists did him so he had a little bit of a childlike look to him, uh, remember, Tazelhoff was, I think I forget what the name of, I think Kinder or Kidders was the name of the characters or the name of the race, and they were kleptomaniacs. They were all pickpockets. And so I think so. Even an old uh, Kinder would still look a bit like a child, but they would have still have the weathered face. And I remember how they did that, overcame it when they did the original drawings. Was the face was more weathered, and so he had a much more older look. So he didn't look like a child, and he had coarser hair. And when you do so, by having to have a bit of a like coarser hair, like it's not being washed on a regular basis, helps. Along with, I felt that remember the Kinders are all kleptos, and one of the things how they did that was all little like knickknacks and doodads that were like hanging out of his pouches. Um, he would have like three or four rings on his finger and be like, "Oh, was this yours? Well, I found it on the ground." So, I mean, all innocent, even though they're all kleptos. And I felt that that was not really, I would say, portrayed in these digital creations. Now, the one big upgrade was remember Cameron and Raslin had the half sister who was with the Dragon Lords, Kit. I think her name was Katera. Kit was her name. I felt that they did a great job of really showing her in armor, but showing her as a woman, showing her breasts through the armor. That was a big upgrade. I never, even when the books came out, I never associated on the second cover as that being Katera as the Dragon Rider, strictly because of all the armor on her. But this time, even with her wearing the chainmail, they omitted the breastplate, which I think helped also. If I was to do her, I would make certain that the breastplate was a little bit more form fitting, so you could see that there was like protrusion at the chest for her breasts. But overall, like I said, I thought Katera was the biggest upgrade of the characters. On top of We actually got a real character sheet model of what Fiston Talus looks like, and matched perfectly for how I kind of envisioned him. We didn't really have much. I think there was like one painting. I think it was Elmore or Parkinson or Caldwell did it with Rasslin fighting him. And you could see in the background, right behind Fist and Talus, there was the rope, the big rope, the rope of the world. I forget what the significance of it was. But Fist and Talus this time with this image that they did thought was very well, along with Fizzban. They got a much more defined look for Fizzban too. So my only other criticism for characters, and this is a personal thing, is I never personally cared for uh, Karaman's dragon helmet or his armor. For me, it was too golden and new. And remember, he was a poor child, and he would never have had the money for brand new shiny armor, or even if he did got himself, it would soon be dinged up and dulled on him, just because he was never that intelligent. So he'd be one of those where it's like the armor suits me, and plus also he's a warrior, and he wouldn't want to keep his armor uh, shiny because that'd make him an easier target for who he's fighting. So that's how I viewed it. So, but no, I would definitely give that guy check out his X or Twitter account to check out those character sheets. Really good, and the stuff that he's posting, image wise, I'm enjoying it. So hope you guys will all follow him. So guys, I've got work to be done. I know. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna hit that with the eraser real quick. Okay, I'm gonna hit that with the eraser real quick. Hopefully it doesn't get gummed up with. You know what? I'll use a kneaded eraser so you guys can see it real quick. So let's go from the side here. Ooh, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, see, damn it. Okay, I'll have to hit. Okay, you can see here how we've got this white now, and these white spots just stand out more. And that's why I did that. So when I go up here, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be going up here, I'll be taking my pencil and drawing in where the white is, kind of like how I did it here. I drew these whites and stippled around them. I'm going to do the same thing pretty much up here. Like that right there, I can tell that's going to be a white spot. But that way, you guys can see how I put those white highlights in to around where there's so much line work, and how I'm able to get that from the pop. So I'm having fun with this. I'm going to work more today around here. I definitely think I'm going to add another layer of dots here to kill this white spot. And this part here, okay, it's got so much delicate to show the hairs, but I need to add more darks. So like this line, this black line, I'm going to have to put some more blacks in, kind of like how this is. So it's more of a blending, because there is more black coming in on this part here of the shoulder of the dog. But so that's how it's going. I'm making great progress. Uh, Today I'll probably be hitting some more, hitting this area with the blacks, so that way I hit it with the blacks around here, and that way when I'm done, these white spots, okay, will pop out as being a continuation from up here down to here. So that way these little white spots are going to help pull your eye down and around along with these. So that's the reason why I'm doing that. So, guys, you have a great, and also like how I did this here, I'll be doing that here and here, along with here, along and also in the ear area here, especially back here. So, uh, guys, you all have a great day. You know I'm having a great day, and remember, even when you're having a great day, you come across times when life is stressful. But when life is stressful, just take it all one dot at a time.